Hey, all you strangers watching me on the internet right now. I am back for another video. And this video, I want to do how to survive being over someone else's house. Because, let's be honest, sometimes it's kind of tricky, sometimes it's not. You can never be too safe. And I don't mean like, I mean, maybe someone might try to kill you, but I mean more like things that you shouldn't and should do while you're over someone's house. Something you should always do before you go to someone's house: use your own bathroom. Always. Even if you don't feel like you have to go to your bathroom, sit on your toilet, see what happens after 5 minutes. If you don't have to go, okay. But there's a good chance that when you go over to your friends, your your friend's house or whoever's house you're going to, you might have the need to go to the bathroom, and chances are you might fuck up the toilet. And the last thing you need is to have to go over to your friend and be like, hey, dude, I kind of broke your toilet. That's kind of like a worst case scenario. I think that's basically the biggest worst case scenario when going over to someone's house is fucking up the toilet and it not flushing. That like that's I'm pretty sure we all had that mini heart attack for a second where we're just like flush, 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 flush. And if it flushed, you lucked out. If it started to rise, that's when the panic set in, and then it goes down. If you're lucky. If not, then you're fucked. You're nasty. Don't be afraid to say no if you don't feel like eating their food. Don't 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 be rude about it either. If you're not hungry or you truly don't want to try the food, just be like, no, thank you, I'm good. And if they're persistent, they're like, no, I'm good. I'm just not hungry. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be an asshole about it and be like, no, I want to eat your nasty ass food. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Just say the words no, thank you. Simple. And if you're allergic to the food and they keep pushing it to you, be like, hey, I'm allergic to this. I can't eat it. Don't. But I mean, you might kind of get away with being a little bit of getting away. You might get away with being a bit rude, but do make sure that your phone's fully charged before you leave the house, cause you never know what might happen while you're over a friend's house. You don't know if the cops might show up and your ass needs a ride out of jail or someone to bail you out. Or you don't know if they're like secretly some type of psychotic axe murderer. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Make sure your phone when you leave the house is at 100%. And if you're not using your phone at all when you're in your friend's house, have that shit off. Because if shit goes down, at least it'll be fully charged. Because there's way too many horror movies where people's phone is like 5% in the worst case scenarios. And they're just like, I have no signal. My phone's about to, my phone died. Don't be in that situation. Make sure your phone's fully charged and then you have your charger on you. Even if you're wearing the tightest of skinny jeans or don't have any pocket, find somewhere to keep that fucking charger in case of emergencies. Because if you're hiding for your life and there is an electrical socket near you, you plug that fucking phone in. Make sure that phone is charging and you call 911 as soon as you can. As soon as that phone turns on, you go to emergency call. Don't make yourself right at home. Even if they tell you it's okay, make yourself feel at home. Don't. Cause kind of makes you seem like a freeloader the moment someone's just like, oh, go ahead. It's kind of like your own home. Give it a while. Just give it a while. Like after like the fourth visit, then you can start relaxing. But until then, if unless if your friend lives with their parents, because you know you're under the age of 18 and probably haven't moved out of the house, blah 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 blah, you'll be like, hey, can I get a glass of water? Can I just don't just walk your ass out of their room and fucking go to their fridge and start making yourself a fucking meatball hoagie or some shit. Unless you know that person since like you were 5 and you know the parents, just go. But unless if this is your first time or second time going to someone else's house, Don't make yourself at home, even if they say so. Unless, you know, they're a slob, then make yourself at home. I don't think they'll notice it if it gets a little bit more messy. Do offer to help clean up after you're done eating if you decide to eat. You don't want to be rude. They just fed you. The least you can do is wash your own plate. Don't start showing up to that person's house uninvited for no apparent reason. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're knocking on the front door, what the fuck are you doing? Do not do that. Unless unless your friend's just like, hey, we should hang out. You should come over. Don't just invite yourself like that unless you know the person for a long time. So if you like the video, don't forget to go subscribe and or like or whichever you want to do or share, whatever. I'll be posting more videos probably next week. Deuces. Have fun.